Welcome to DigiMasters Shorts. We are your hosts, Adam Nagus
and Carly Wilson, delivering the latest scoop from the digital realm.
The European Union has opened a formal investigation into Elon Musk's social media platform X after its AI chatbot Grok generated non-consensual sexualized deepfake images. Regulators are also expanding an existing probe into X's recommendation systems after the company said Grok would determine which posts users see. The backlash followed reports that Grok allowed users to digitally undress people, depict women in revealing clothing, and in some cases appeared to involve children. EU officials say these risks have materialized, exposing citizens to serious harm and potentially illegal content under the bloc's digital rules. The investigation will assess whether X and Grok are complying with the Digital Services Act, which demands stronger safeguards against harmful material. X has said it is committed to safety and has zero tolerance for child sexual exploitation and non-consensual nudity. The controversy has already prompted temporary bans in countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia and scrutiny from US state attorneys general. EU officials say Grok's design, visibility on X, and fewer safeguards helped the problem spread quickly. The case could end with changes to the platform or substantial fines, with no deadline for a decision.
Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei has published a sweeping 19,000-word essay warning that artificial intelligence represents a profound civilizational challenge, even as he remains optimistic about its potential. Known for predicting massive white-collar job displacement, Amodei argues AI development cannot be stopped because the economic and security incentives are too great. He says humanity faces an intimidating gauntlet to harness AI's benefits without causing severe harm, comparing some industry practices to selling nuclear weapons for short-term advantage. Amodei is particularly critical of allowing advanced US chips to be sold to China, calling it a dangerous boost during a critical competitive window. He also warns that AI companies themselves pose major risks, citing negligence around issues like the sexualization of children and a willingness to prioritize profit over public safety. According to Amodei, AI lowers the barrier to creating threats such as biological weapons, making strong safeguards essential despite their high cost. He doubts that voluntary corporate governance alone can manage these dangers, describing a brewing prisoner's dilemma among companies. A vocal supporter of regulation, Amodei backs transparency laws and says even new legislation may fall short. He has gone as far as to suggest civil liberties protections or a constitutional amendment to prevent AI-powered abuses. Throughout the essay, Amodei insists the tech elite who created AI must take responsibility for managing its fallout. On Friday, OpenAI engineer Michael Bolin published a rare technical breakdown explaining how the Codex CLI coding agent works under the hood. The post arrives as AI coding agents hit a new level of usefulness, with tools like Codex and competing systems rapidly generating prototypes and boilerplate code. While these agents feel magical at first, developers still find them brittle beyond familiar patterns and dependent on human oversight for real-world production work. Bolin openly addresses those limitations, detailing performance bottlenecks, prompt growth inefficiencies, cache misses, and bugs uncovered during development. At the center of Codex is what Bolin calls the agent loop, a repeating cycle where the model interprets user input, calls tools like shell commands, and iterates until it produces a final response. Each interaction includes the full conversation history, making the system stateless but causing prompts to grow larger and slower over time. To manage this, Codex relies on prompt caching and automatic context compaction when token limits are reached. The breakdown is unusually transparent for OpenAI and underscores why programming tasks are seen as a natural fit for large language models.
Apple is reportedly developing a wearable device known as the AI Pin, with a potential debut as early as 2027, signaling a shift away from traditional screen-based technology. The device is said to feature a bold, screenless design that relies on artificial intelligence to deliver a more natural and intuitive user experience. By removing the display, Apple appears to be emphasizing simplicity and seamless integration into daily life rather than constant visual engagement. The AI Pin is rumored to resemble a thicker AirTag made from aluminum and glass, combining durability with Apple's minimalist aesthetic. Designed to be clipped to clothing or carried easily, the compact form factor is intended to make the device practical for everyday use. At its core, the AI Pin is expected to showcase Apple's advanced AI strategy, focusing on conversational and context-aware interactions. Reports suggest Apple may integrate Google's Gemini model into Siri, making the assistant more dynamic and capable of handling complex queries. The device would enter a competitive and fast-evolving market for AI wearables, where past efforts like the Humane Pin struggled with adoption. Apple's focus on refined design, polished user experience, and powerful AI could help it stand apart from rivals. If successful, the AI pin could represent a major step in redefining how consumers interact with technology through wearable devices.
Thank you for listening to today's AI and Tech News Podcast summary. Please do leave us a comment, and for additional feedback, please email us at podcast@digimasters.co.uk. You can now follow us on Instagram and Threads by searching for @Digimaster Shorts or search for Digimasters on LinkedIn. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and don't forget to follow or subscribe.